Watson.
I'm Julian Watson.
This is the Dark Slayer Mafia Power Hour. Today, we're taking a look at a pretty damn weird one. Wonder Woman faces the Menace of the Mole Men. Giant comics to color. And they're not messing around when they say giant comics. This thing is so big, I can't even fit the whole thing in frame. Out of all the comics that we've taken a look at so far, only the Klaus Black and White Special Pen and Ink Edition has been as big as this thing.
Damn.
So before we get into that though, we post videos on YouTube every single day. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. New video goes up at 9 a.m. Pacific time every single day. We do look-throughs and deep dives of mainstream and independent comics from every era in comics. This, for instance, is from 1975. We also showcase comics that are being distributed by our distribution company, Comics Mainstream, and published by my publishing company, Dark Slayer Comics. All right, with that out of the way, let's take a look at this thing. This is one of the more random things I ever found at a garage sale. Paid $1 for it though. You know, I think that's a pretty good deal all in all.
Yeah.
And nothing's colored in here. So, starts off with a splash page. Pretty good one, actually.
Yeah.
Nice and easy for a kid to color, right?
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't be. Look at all the
Oh,
tank
yeah.
tracks and all this stuff. Not if they're going to do it well, anyway. Splash page isn't actually the opening of the story, though. Yeah, I got to do them one page at a time. So, starts off with Wonder Woman and her guys as Diana going into the UN building. Apparently, Wonder Woman worked for the UN during this time.
Yeah.
I've not read any 70s Wonder Woman comics. I don't know shit about them.
Me neither.
So this could be in continuity with the comics of that time period, or it might just have its own continuity. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's something so spectacular waiting outside that this guy, who she clearly knows really well, his name's Morgan. I don't know if he's a recurring comic character or not.
Yeah.
Has to show her. She's got to go outside right now to see it. And what's the amazing thing? An all-female band. They really make a point of telling you that the band is made up entirely of women. They're from every nation of the UN. I don't know the exact size of the UN in 1975, but it's probably more than just 6 different people.
Yeah.
I like the way that you know right away, though, America is the one that's leading.
Yeah.
So even in this, they got to put a little bit of national zeal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're all dressed so ridiculously. Apparently, this is supposed to be the ceremonial garb of each of their countries. Maybe. I don't recall ever seeing like a a marching band in America wearing this particular getup, but hey, you know, she's kind of like Uncle Sam, right?
Yeah.
As you might expect, seeing something so amazing as an all-female band, Wonder Woman is just beside herself with joy. Like, seriously, how many times is the word women or woman used in this, not counting those where they say Wonder Woman? Like, they use it a lot in this, right? So,
Right.
It's really trying to send a pro-feminist message.
Yeah.
They fell at that. We'll get to that. So just when everything's going good, their band sounding jazzy or whatever sort of music they're playing, an earthquake just spontaneously rips the ground apart underneath them. They have time to exclaim, it's an earthquake, though. So, you know, if you got time to say that, you got time to run your ass, right?
Yeah.
And then there's a splash page showing them all most certainly falling to their deaths. They're falling head down. They are not going to survive whatever this is.
No.
In the commotion, Wonder Woman is able to easily escape. Her friend Morgan is wondering what happened to Diana. He thinks that she fell in. She's not going to take the time to correct him. She's just running off. It might come in later that he needs to think she was already in the hole or something, you know? So she then mentally summons her invisible plane to come here. I wonder if that's the way it always worked. Like in the 70s, did she actually mentally summon her plane? Did she actually use a lasso to transform into Wonder Woman like that?
Huh.
Once again, I've not read any Wonder Woman comics
Yeah.
of that time period, so I don't know.
Imagine it'd be pretty handy to have telepathy with a
Invisible jet. Yeah. She then decides she's going to fly off to Paradise Island. That one took me a little bit by surprise. I thought she was just going to fly the plane directly down into this crater, you know, something like that, right? No, she's in need of special aid. And in order to get that aid, she's got to go back to Paradise Island. Luckily, in her invisible jet, that takes mere moments, I guess. So, you know, hopefully all the women who fell into this giant hole are perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Seems like as Wonder Woman, she could have went down there already, seeing what was going on, but then there wouldn't be as many pages to color, I guess.
Yeah.
So what she needs in Paradise Island is Paula, who is a woman on the island born in man's world. She's some sort of scientist. I don't know what help she's going to be in this exactly, though.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to point out something. Hippolyta greets her daughter by saying, "Hola, daughter." Why are the Amazons suddenly speaking Spanish? Is that a thing they did in the 70s? Is it a thing they do now and I just haven't read the right Wonder Woman comic?
I don't know.
I don't know. I've never seen them speak Spanish before, but suddenly they are. So Paula knows that chances are there's some sort of gases underground that have escaped that could be poisonous, and they got to put on these masks. All right, they're supposed to be a technologically advanced civilization. I'll buy that they already have gas masks ready for it. I mean, they have invisible jets. Why not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they head back to the UN headquarters. Gives you another chance at coloring invisible plane. I wonder how many of the kids that colored this just colored it like blue or red or whatever, you know? Yeah. They're not paying any attention at all to the Wonder Woman part of it. Once there, a police chief tells Wonder Woman that she's not going to go down into this hole. He doesn't care how wonderful she is. She's just a woman. Like, literally. That is what he's stating. Yeah. And good for Wonder Woman, she just picks him up and puts him to the side. And then they start descending down the hole. But once inside of it, it decides to just suddenly close. And once it does, that somehow makes the air breathable. They know this and immediately take off their masks. Okay. All right. And then they fall to their doom. And since they're going head first, you know they're both dead too.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman might survive it, but I don't know. Does Paula have like superpowers? I'm not sure who she is. Luckily for them, there's some ladies waiting at the bottom of the cliff with tarps, cloth, I don't know. Something for them to fall on, and no matter how far you fall, if you just fall into something soft and blanket-like, you're fine, right? And it turns out that these women speak an ancient tongue long forgotten on the surface, but that Wonder Woman speaks. Okay. Yeah. That's a good little detail to put in, actually. That's actually kind of interesting to put into a kid's comic. It's better than them just understanding English automatically, or, you know, whatever Greek, whatever languages Wonder Woman would know, which I would guess would be, you know, quite a few.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman does not want to capture these women. She wants to figure out what's going on. Paula is out for blood, though. And then they discover some strange things. So, number one, they need to be wrapped in plastic wrap. I can't figure out what this is for. Whoever wrote this, and I don't know who wrote it because there are no credits in this thing.
Yeah.
Whoever wrote this, like, why did they think putting raincoats on them was a necessary addition? Or the artist, if the artist is who put that in, right? And just from the aspect of coloring it, why? Like, what point does it serve, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. But it turns out these women are slaves to the mole men of their world. They have vision, the men don't, but the men are violent and will hurt them if they don't do what they say. And to prove the point, the king comes walking up and there's an action line that tells you that, you know, this girl's getting hurt and he doesn't care. He's not the one who did it, but it kind of makes it look like that.
Yeah.
So all the women in this land have a special radioactive paint on their skin in order to allow the mole men to see them. Because even though they can't see, they can see if there's radioactive light emitting from them. And now Wonder Woman and Paula are, in theory, doused in it too, because they're now glowing too.
Yeah.
And, like, why?
I don't know.
This is a kid's comic, and you have people putting radioactive paint on. Did they really not know in 1975?
Apparently not.
They may not have. I don't know. I thought that was, you know, a while after they were having women paint watch dials with radium. And
Yeah.
so Wonder Woman tries to get her golden lasso, but they're not having that. They have to take her boots and her lasso and put iron shoes on them. Paula's had enough of this shit and decides to just break her chains. Unfortunately, that paralyzes her because the iron shoes are hooked up to a constant charge of electricity that will paralyze you if you break the circuit in the chains. Where's the circuit in the chains currently leading to?
I don't know.
Is the electricity just completely flowing throughout her body and she hasn't noticed whatsoever? Like,
I think that's what it is. I have no idea.
Oh, the double page splash is going to be hard to show. So we'll just do that. So the mole women take Wonder Woman and Paula to the mole men. This guy doesn't look as much like a mole man as a reject from the He-Man cartoon. This is before He-Man, though. And they decide they're going to spy on the conversation. Oh, yeah, I missed a part too. So in the previous panel, Paula breaks the chains with her Amazonian strength. So if you're a woman and you start living in Themyscira, do you just get super strength? Is that how it works?
I think she was just trained really hard to...
No, she said with her Amazonian strength.
Huh.
Yeah. So it turns out these asswipes are about to attack the UN. That's their whole plan. That's actually pretty heavy for a kids coloring book comic.
It is?
Yeah. Did you expect them to like be attacking the UN and having slave women and radiation paint? I mean, there's some pretty crazy shit in this when you think about it.
I don't know, in the 70s maybe?
Well, it is the 70s, yeah, it's 1975, but yeah, it still seems pretty crazy to me.
Yeah.
So Wonder Woman rightfully questions how exactly they're going to take on the whole surface world. They only know everything about the UN because they're picking up on radio waves, apparently. So for daring to speak, Wonder Woman is now chained with a heavy ball And I've got to wonder, doesn't that offset the electrical current somehow if the chains are needed to complete a complete circuit?
You think so?
Yeah. But she decides to show what a badass she is by just running with it. The mole man can't believe his non-seeing eyes. And can't believe what's going on because no one's ever been strong enough to do that before. Meanwhile, Wonder Woman and Paula are reunited with all of the band ladies of the UN, and it turns out that they're all alive. None of them died. Not a single one. Yeah. If this weren't a kid's coloring book, they would have fallen, or they would have died from that fall.
Yeah.
The mole men want them to dig for some reason. I'm not sure what their motivations are. Are you?
Yeah, under the UN.
But they're just digging outwards. They're not digging upwards.
I don't know.
Okay. Apparently, the mole men can dig really well because they have claw-like hands. They've actually started becoming like moles.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to serve a purpose because they're just forcing the enslaved women to do it, right?
Right.
This would have been a really good opportunity for kids to learn how to do silhouettes.
Yeah.
If they actually wanted a career in coloring comics, you know? So it turns out Paula's been keeping a secret this whole time. Back when they were on Paradise Island, the goddess Aphrodite appeared to her and told her that she was to capture the men of the underworld. At first she thought she meant criminals, but now she knows it's mole men. She probably should have caught on to that a few pages ago, honestly.
Yeah.
So they decide it's time for them to go ahead and make a break for it. They've had enough of this shit. So they're in a shop area that Paula had spotted earlier and decide they're going to take their chains completely apart. And then a barefoot Wonder Woman just starts smashing shit. I'm not sure why she needs to smash things. They just walked right into there. They could walk right out.
Yeah.
But it's a cool shop for you to color, right?
Right.
And then another good opportunity for kids to learn how to color silhouettes. So they decide, after talking to the lady band of the UN, that they're going to need the enslaved women on their side. The only problem is that the leader of the band thinks the leader of the enslaved women is actually in love with the King Mole Man. At first, Diana can't believe that because he's so ugly. But then she thinks, they must think that's the definition of handsome. That's all they have down here.
Yeah.
It's kind of like speciest of Wonder Woman, isn't it? So then it turns out they don't need the iron shoes at all because they just have plates everywhere. They're just electrifying. Like, she gets electrified from stepping on this plate. I don't know why she didn't see that coming with everything going on.
Yeah.
And then the king gives her a chance to save herself. If both of her iron shoes touch the plate at the same time, it will kill her. But if both shoes leave the plate at once, you will be paralyzed. So somehow that means she must just keep dancing on one foot, I'm taking it. Only
Something
one
like
foot?
that.
Yeah, I really don't get how this pad works. I don't think that was well thought out.
No.
But whatever the case, Wonder Woman starts doing like the most awkward looking dance. So the mole men start growing bored. Apparently just the soft glow of dancing from the irradiated paint isn't enough to keep their interest, and they just want to go ahead and kill her. The UN band proves why they're useful by starting to play some music that Wonder Woman can dance to. And then Paula hands out rope to tie up all the mole men. As soon as she knows that they're good to go, Wonder Woman just easily kicks off one of the iron shoes directly into the King's face. This could have been drawn a lot more effectively.
Yeah.
I get they're not trying to go too... Well, I think they're trying not to go too violent. I'm not actually sure with this comic book.
Yeah.
And then they finally take the King captive with Wonder Woman's lasso. So I was expecting when she did that there would be some moment where he told some grand truth or something. But apparently they didn't really think about that back then. And after taking him captive, Wonder Woman decides to do the nicest and weirdest thing. Her and Paula perform surgery on him to give him eyesight. When did Wonder Woman become a surgeon? When did that happen? How does she know what she's doing?
I don't know.
How did she know what was wrong with his eyes? Does she have X-ray vision? I don't think she does.
I don't think so.
Back then. I know they kind of just gave the characters whatever powers they needed at a certain point in time. You know, the 70s, that's probably when Superman just did whatever he needed to do, given whatever the comic was. But I don't think she's a skilled surgeon. I don't think I trust her to do this.
No.
Whatever the case, though, she made it to where the King can actually see. And you can tell because he's got big open eyes now that are very handsome and debonair. Upon seeing Kala, he's instantly just blown away with her beauty. Now, this guy has not seen in the entirety of his life.
Yeah.
It talked about multi-generations down there. So his dad couldn't see, his grandpa couldn't see.
Yeah.
He just instantly takes to sight just like that and instantly knows she's the most beautiful girl. A little bit weird, right?
Yeah.
But now that he knows she's so beautiful, he's decided to quit being a dick and wants to marry her. She will if he gives up his conquest. Now, this is where I'm saying this book totally fails as feminist.
Yeah.
Why the hell would this girl want to marry this guy? He was beating them. He was like, he was forcing Wonder Woman to do a weird dance. They put metal on them in an effort to shock them all the time. Like, why would she's got Stockholm Syndrome. Wonder Woman needs to take her with her, not leave her there. This is fucking weird.
Yeah.
Then above ground, the men are proving how stupid they are too by deciding to just dig with an excavator where the earthquake happened. And then they're surprised when the ground cracks open the same way it did before and they fall in. You know he's gonna die because he's fallen head first. Luckily for him, Wonder Woman's there to save him. So he's like her damsel in distress in this.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the men being so stupid in this world, they caused the crane to tip, and now it's going to fall. But Wonder Woman can fly and has super strength, making it even more confusing for me why she has an invisible jet.
Yeah.
I guess maybe like the strain of flying all the way back home would be too much. Or maybe she can't fly at super speeds constantly or something like that.
Maybe segment. It also makes me wonder why she just allowed herself to fall in down.
Yeah, when she can fly the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if Paula has Amazonian abilities, can she fly too, or is that just Wonder Woman at this time period?
Maybe just Wonder Woman?
I don't know.
Never heard or seen any DC stuff where any Amazonian besides Wonder Woman can fly.
Right? And then Wonder Woman does a total Clark Kent. She shows up in front of Morgan as Diana, complete with glasses and a suit, just like Superman would as Clark Kent. and tells him that Wonder Woman returned to the island with Paula. So, was this thing worth $1? Hell yes, it was. Is it one of the weirdest goddamn things we've taken a look at so far on the channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. They really, I think, were trying to be pro-feminist. I do think they were trying to be. They really didn't get it, though, did they? No. This thing has so much weird shit in it. Like, the whole idea that they're teaching kids, like, that radioactive paint can go on human skin. Yeah. You got anything else?
No.
All right, let's go make some comics. We didn't create the comics that were featured in today's episode, but we did create these. Check out Ghost Assassin in the Cards and the Chihuahua Who Flew Away mini comic, both of which were written by me. The Chihuahua Who Flew Away was illustrated
by me.